welcome to Revelations Through Language, the channel where we look into the deeper meanings behind the phrase and words that we use today through the lens of faith. Come with me as we embark on a journey to discover the truth.
Hi all, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Revelations Through Language. So in this episode, we'll be looking at division and the two sides of divide. So I thought this would be a great video for me to start in terms of posting my videos on YouTube, as this was the last video that I actually shared with my friends and family who I initially was doing these with and sharing them with. And I thought this would be a good place to start my YouTube ministries by starting with the last one that I shared amongst my family and making this one the first I shared with my YouTube family. So to paint the background of the story, this came from a conversation I had with one of my very good friends, Tom Simmons. So me and Thomas were going on a walk together. So for me, my walking time is my praying time, essentially. So every now and then I'll walk with others and we have some deep conversation and share some thoughts. And they will ask me questions, I'll ask them questions and explain things to each other. So me and Thomas were talking about God amongst other things and just the world in general. And one of the things that we were talking about was social media. So Tom was asking me, how can you give a device to one person and then one person can use it to do good and one person can use it to do bad? And this is when I really started thinking and meditating on what Thomas just asked me. And I realized everything is about perspective, about what you see, about vision. And this is a theme and something that's mentioned all throughout the Bible. And a lot of things are shaped by what we see and how we view the world. So also some known now as how we describe it as your mindset. So your mindset or your view of the world determines what you see. So whilst you might give one person the same mobile device, that person can use that device to do one or two things. And when you look at the word division itself, so I was pronouncing it to myself and looking at the word, and I realized there's two words within that same word. And that word is dependent on the perspective that you see. So for those who see the negative, they see division as in a divide. And then those who see the positive or the good, they see the vision. Because those who see vision or they have a united vision is what joins people together to work towards a common goal. And then obviously those who see the vision, they unite to try, divide and destroy. So it all comes down to a matter of perspective and how you see the world. And the irony, of course, with it being in this situation that Tom asked me about, I mean, a mobile phone and social media, that the very thing we use is called a device. So the device can be either used to cause division or to be able to see the vision. So it all comes down to a matter of perspective. So depending on what you see, it's kind of the people that you will attract and the crowd that you'll be amongst. And this is actually links to a video that I've made as well on peer pressure, which is coming soon. So it ties in nicely with what you see as well. So make sure that you surround yourself with people who see the vision and work towards a common goal for good. Or you can work with those who see division and cause a divide. And this kind of raises a theme all throughout the Bible and just life in general, that in everything there's two sides. So all it is everything is kind of really neutral, but you get to decide because we all have free will, whether you do good or bad. So there's the two themes or the two sides going on. So there's the good versus the bad, the light versus the dark, or in biblical terms, the spirit versus the flesh, the God versus the devil, or in this case, united or divided. So you have to pick which side that you stand on. So once again, find people who see the vision. And if you don't have a vision yourself, find someone who does have one and support them and work with them to do for the greater good. But for those who do see division, we've been warned in Titus 3, verses 9 to 11. It says, "But avoid foolish controversies, genealogies, dissensions, and quarrels about the law, for they are unprofitable and worthless. As for a person who stirs up division, after warning him once and then twice, have nothing more to do with him. Knowing that such a person is warped and sinful, he is self-condemned," which means a person who sees divide and the negatives of life is basically trapped in their own version of hell. It's not a great place to be. And we've all been around people who are just constantly negative. They're trapped in a place where it's not fun to be. So we also have to show sympathy for them. But it says avoid those person. Otherwise, they can drag you down with them. So in all of this, it's important to remember you have to pick a side. So you can't do good and then a bit of bad and then say you're good. There's only one side that you can be on. So as we say in today's language, you can't play both sides. So what do you see and which side are you on?
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. In the meantime, check out some of my other deep dives. Until the next one, God bless.